Now, an integral part of the Chelsea Autolegends show is the Supercar run. Over 40 supercars have met up in the centre of London and made their way here to the Chelsea Autolegends show. An absolute fantastic sight for everybody to see. Well, Opal, the supercars have arrived here in the paddock.
Looking amazing. Should we go and find some drivers and find out a bit more about the cars?
I think we need to do that.
Elo, I'm in love with your car. It seems silly to ask, but why did you choose it?
Well, I have a family now. I'm a 2.4 family man with 2 kids and a wife. So I decided why bring down the Apollo or the SSC, the Shelby, which is greedy. My kids are coming, so I thought I'll drive them all back in the big chariot. So I brought the big chariot.
Obviously, then, it's not your first supercar.
No, we have 3 supercars at the museum. This is just our big cruise around mobile. But I figured out there'll be a lot of supercars here too, and I thought, because my kids are going to come, I need to all put them in the car. And if you think of a supercar only having 2 seats, you can only take wifey or 1 kid. So you have to choose. And I didn't want to be in that choice situation. So I decided to bring the chariot. The kids are coming in a minute. We're going to all leave together, and that's how it's going to be.
Right, we've just seen the supercar run coming to Chelsea Autolegends, and I am stood with Chris, who is the owner of this absolutely amazing Ferrari Enzo, everybody's dream car. Now, Chris, you remember how excited you were when you first got this car?
Yes, right. I do.
Do you still get that every day owning this vehicle?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah. It's, I suppose because I don't drive it that much per se. You know, it's several times a year. Yeah, you do get a buzz, and now it's got that stupidly loud exhaust on. It's scaring little children. It's good fun.
Do you still go down to your garage and have a look at it every now and again?
I've just moved, so I don't, because it's not actually parked where I live at the moment. But no, I still get that buzz. You know, you lock the car and you walk away and you turn around and you look at it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
It was always something that I kind of wondered. If you've got to this kind of elite supercar, do you still get that excitement?
I think if you're a petrolhead, you're a petrolhead, and you still, whatever it is. I mean, if I see something nice in the high street, I'll be sitting there, you know, looking at it or taking a picture or something. So yeah, I think if you like a car, you like cars.
Fantastic. All right, thanks so much for your time.
Catch up a bit later.
Lord Pembroke, tell me about your car that you brought today.
Well, it's obviously a Bugatti Veyron, but not quite as most people know it. I had an idea to wrap the car in sort of Gulf racing colours. You know, I'm a huge motor racing fan. And I thought, actually, if I could wrap it, it would be a great way also freshening up the car, but also promoting my event. I have a supercar day down in Wiltshire. And I thought, you know, it could kill 2 birds with 1 stone, so it could be quite a fun thing to do.
But it's not a normal wrap, is it? So there's a bit of creativity going on here.
No, there is very much so. A friend of mine, Aurora Eastwood, who has a website called atfullchat.com, she's worked with a very talented artist called Ian Cook, and he's extremely well known for painting he doesn't actually use paintbrushes, he uses remote control cars as his tools to paint with. And so I got in touch with him and said, look, I've got this idea to do some artwork on the car and sort of some Gulf racing colours. Would you be interested in coming having a look at it? And then he came up with having a fantastic idea that the car looks like a sort of duck egg blue Veyron that's driven through orange paint and created the Gulf racing colours, and then he's combined that with 2 of his sort of most well-known paintings. So on either side of the car, 2 paintings that he's done of race cars in the Gulf racing colours. So he sort of combined the 2, and then he named it the Bugatti. The sort of hashtag Bugatti, obviously a play on words there. And it seems to have done the trick. The attention it's got is huge. So it's hopefully helped him out and myself. So it's definitely drawing the crowds.
Absolutely. Now, obviously, you came up with the idea of that and he put it into practice. Was it as you envisaged it?
It turned out better than I could have hoped, really. He worked closely with a car wrapping company called Raccoon. And so he did the artwork, and then the graphic designers at Raccoon helped bring it together and helped do these sort of orange splashes on the car. And then in the end, it only took them, I think, a day and a half to wrap it, which is astonishing. But they did a wonderful job, and him together, and it's worked out very well.
Now, Bugatti, known for their speed, what other supercars do you have, and why did you go for them?
This is very much the only supercar I have, and will probably only have. It's really just the Concorde of cars. I mean, the technology, the money that was invested, the car company that sort of developed it, Volkswagen. I think the chances of anyone taking on this sort of level of project again is so tiny. I thought I'd try and grab a piece of history, but no. I mean, apart from this, most of my other cars are classics, which is where my other sort of passion lies.
And obviously, with that speed that they can give you, where do you go and enjoy it?
Not in this country. In this country, it's unbelievably frustrating. Driving up from home the other day, there's a little sort of almost like a rev counter in the car which tells you how much power. And I was doing 70 on the motorway, and it said I was using 40 horsepower. So I had 960 horsepower to spare, which is very frustrating. So the only place you can really do it is either on the racetrack or on the Autobahn, very early, sort of on a Sunday morning, which is a lot of fun.
I bet. It's almost an insult not to use it. Well, Lord Pembroke, thank you so much for talking to us.
Absolute pleasure.